Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name.
Your hometown news talk, 96.5 and 1260. The Pledge, Parker and Davis this morning. We want you to save the date. It is Monday, June 29th, Christ Memorial Church for a very special movie.
This movie is called Hope Bridge. Where there is hope, there is life. And the movie stars Kevin Sorbo. Of course, you'll remember him as Hercules and a whole slew of other great films.
Along with Boo Boo Stewart.
Bobo Stewart. Bobo, right?
Bobo. No, I actually think it's Boo Boo.
Is it Boo Boo? We'll have to check. And also Rebecca Robles.
We can check because we have the producers on the line, David and Christi Eaton. Good morning, Eatons. How are you?
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Good morning.
Good morning. You know what I find interesting about the fact that you produced this film and you also developed the story is that this is your very first film. And you came to it in a rather unique way. Tell us how.
It's it's interesting. We were impacted by suicide in our life twice and really felt like we needed to do something about it. We wanted to get involved. We didn't know how to do that. And, sometimes when you don't know how to do things, you get a little calling from above, and that's what we got. We got a calling from above to make a movie, which is kind of unique because we really never go see movies. So it was kind of a new thing for us, that's for sure.
Well, even just coming together and saying we're going to do a movie, and by the way, thank you for taking what was a tragic experience for you and then using it to help others. But it isn't just as simple as, hey, let's just write a screenplay or come up with a story. There had to be other people that came into play, which also must have had some divine intervention, because they don't just drop out of the sky in everyone's lives. How did that come together?
That's true. So we got home from getting this calling, and we started writing a script in our dining room, and we didn't know how to write a script. So of course you go to the internet and find out how to write a script. And we had 6 children, most of them teenagers at the time, and they would walk by and just kind of ask us what we were doing, and we'd tell them. They'd roll their eyes like, "What are you talking about? You're crazy." But you're exactly right. Every step along the way, when we really didn't know what to do next and where to go, God would put people in our lives that really knew those things. And I mean, we could tell you stories that would blow you away as far as, how in the world does that happen? Because the only way it happens is God.
And when God wants to do something, and He wants to do something through you, He'll let you know it. We've been living Romans 8:28 from the onset, that God will take all things and work them for good according to His purpose. And that has really become our life verse, and walking that out sometimes is not an easy task, but we know that God's got a higher purpose in all the things that we go through.
The name of the movie is Hope Bridge. Where there's hope, there's life. It will be shown Christ Memorial Church on June 29th at 7 p.m. David and Christi Eaton, the producers of the film, are with us. But not everybody gets the chance, first of all, to write a film and then to sell that idea. How did you sell that idea to someone who could help you make that film?
That's interesting. So, like I said, every step, God put people in front of us, and we got linked up with a production company called Rebel Pilgrim Productions, a great partner of ours. And really, in 2013, we had a window in the summer to partner with Asbury University to actually make the film. But we needed to raise our money in about 6 weeks or 8 weeks, and we're talking about $500,000, which we didn't have it, and we don't know any friends that have it. But this mission and the message about Hope Bridge and about suicide prevention is so important to so many people, and that's when people stepped up and said, "We are in," even though it's a tough check to write, and we may or may not get our money back because in the movies, it's tough to make a movie that's profitable anymore, but. They believed in it. Our actors believed in it, and people just stepped up because this is such an important issue. It's so important.
And that's the point I want to stress, is that it is an extremely important issue that so many people deal with silently and quietly behind closed doors, and that is mental health and the problem of potential suicide, or families that have experienced suicide within the context of their own family, someone taking their own life. And we tend to sort of, especially in the Christian community, sort of closet that away, if you will. But you making this film and then watching I have to say how God has completely opened these doors, because these things do not happen the way you've just described it. It is really different to find people that just suddenly everything's falling into place, financing falls into place, and then to have Pure Flix, which has produced, of course, God's Not Dead and Do You Believe, and who have had great hits with both those films, also be your distribution channel. It's really impressive. I have to think, David and Christi, that you're looking at this and saying, this, for such a time as this, is this film for families to really come and observe and learn from.
Yeah, I totally agree, because our whole goal in this whole thing is to open up the conversation about suicide and mental health. You look what Betty Ford did for addiction and alcoholism. It is a common topic to talk about, and people want to help each other. Why can't suicide and mental health be the same way? It's so important. There's so many teenagers, veterans. We're losing 23 veterans every day. Why can't we just reach out to people so we know they're struggling, or if someone is struggling, it's okay to say, I'm having a problem, I need some help.
David, you've screened the movie at different places around the country. What's the reaction been?
It's we have been amazed. You talk about bearing fruit here. We screened the film down in West Palm Beach, Florida, a couple weeks ago. We had nearly 1,000 people on hand at just a huge church. We had organizations, a lot like what we're going to do in Holland here in about a week and a half. And I'm telling you, the reaction, people coming down. One woman came down and said, I attempted suicide a year ago, and I've been ashamed of myself for the past year. And she said, tonight is the first time I felt free. I felt free to talk about it, and I feel free that from now on I'm going to talk about it, and I'm not ashamed anymore.
And I also want to add that making a movie such as this, you never know what the feedback's going to be. You think there's always going to be people that maybe say it's too far of a stretch, it makes me too uncomfortable. We have not heard any of that, and we just fully believe that there's hope, there's healing in this movie, and it's showing, like David said, it's bearing much fruit. So praise be to God for that.
So when you were writing the script, did you want to make it as realistic as possible?
Yeah, that was ultra important. So when you write a script, every line, every word has to have purpose. We did a boatload of research, obviously from our own experiences, but from other people's experience. And we enlisted organizations like American Foundation for Suicide Prevention and the Lindner Center of Hope, which is a local facility here in Cincinnati, and really getting the messaging about counseling, getting help, about speaking out, and about how you do that was just critically important. And by the way, this is the only film that AFSP, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, has ever fully endorsed. So we had to get it right, and we feel like we did.
96.5 FM and 1260 AM, The Pledge. Parker and Davis this morning talking with the producers of the film Hope Bridge, Where There Is Hope, There Is Life. Christi and David Eaton joining us this morning. You'll be here in Holland on the 29th with the film, and this is a very special preview here because we lost one of our own to suicide here, a neighbor, a friend, a well-known member of our community, Wayne Elhart, passed away. And his family, Jeff and Sherry Elhart, have made this possible. They're bringing it to Holland, and they want everybody to come out and watch the film and have this discussion. So do you think and do you hope, because I'll be really honest with you, I loved the trailer. I watched the trailer. I find the dialogue very engaging and very honest. Do you think people will come just based on, this is going to be a film about mental health, or do you think we can get people to come out and really see it because of it's a free movie? Come see a free movie. What do you think will be the big draw overall?
I think it's going to run the gamut of both of those. Just from our past experience, this Hope Bridge event that is coming to Holland, this will be our fourth one. And overall, we have we have people that are saying exactly why they're coming, but then again, there could be the subtleties of, well, I want to go check it out because, this is a topic that we don't talk about, where they might feel uncomfortable that say they want to go see a free movie. So however we can get them, the target audience is broad, and we know whoever's supposed to be there is going to be there. So, it's a wonderful outreach way. We've made this event extremely emotionally safe. There will be counselors on hand and medical professionals that can answer any questions that people want to ask. It goes way beyond just watching a movie. This is a movement.
And I want to encourage all families in the West Michigan area to check it out, because we have seen a huge epidemic in this area in particular of teenage suicide, and as you mentioned, also veteran suicide. Suicide in general is something people don't like to talk about, but the reality is more and more young people today are considering taking their lives, and families need to know the warning signs. Families need to know how to have the conversation and where to go and where the resources. And at this event on Monday, June 29th, will provide all of those details for you. Christi and Jeff, sorry, David and Christi. I've got too many Christies going here. Christi and David Eaton, the producers. After having done this, you're going to do another film? Is there something else that you're thinking, gosh, is God leading you to do one more piece, another story maybe?
We are, as a matter of fact. We're in the middle of writing right now, and we talk about veterans. That's an area close to our hearts, and so PTSD and post-traumatic stress is certainly a big issue right now, and a lot of people don't really understand what our veterans are going through, so that's coming soon.
Wonderful. The movie stars Kevin Sorbo. Is it Bobo or Boo Boo? Help us.
It is Boo Boo Stewart.
All right, I was wrong. You were right, Parker. Boo Boo Stewart and Rebecca Robles will be in the film, and we want everyone to come out and watch Hope Bridge Learn. Where there is hope, there is life. Hey, guys, thank you so much, and thanks for following that leading. It's a pretty remarkable story in itself, the making of this film.
Great. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
We'll see you on the 29th.
We'll be there.
You kill and take.